Ever found yourself in a situation where a single comment stirred up a storm? Well, that's exactly what happened on The View with Whoopi Goldberg. The controversy began with a seemingly ordinary episode of The View, a platform known for its heated discussions and divergent opinions. But that day, the conversation took a sharp turn into a storm. Whoopi Goldberg, a seasoned host, made a comment that sent shockwaves across the nation. She suggested that the Holocaust was not about race, a statement that instantly stirred up a hornet's nest. The immediate reaction was palpable. Co-hosts on The View, taken aback by Goldberg's words, countered with their own viewpoints, sparking a debate that was about to balloon far beyond the confines of the show. The comment, controversial in nature, started a wildfire that spread rapidly across the vast landscape of social media. Backlash poured in from all corners. Anti-Semitism groups, fans of the show, and even casual observers of pop culture all expressed their dismay and disappointment. The social media world, known for its swift and often ruthless judgment, was quick to respond. Tweets, posts, and comments started flooding in, expressing outrage, disbelief, and in some cases, confusion. The controversy was no longer confined to the set of The View. It had spread across the globe, sparking debates about the Holocaust, racism, and the responsibilities of public figures in shaping societal understanding. The comment, though made in a split second, had ignited a controversy that was about to take on a life of its own. One statement, and the social media world was set ablaze with criticism, but the story doesn't end there. In the midst of the storm, ABC News made a significant decision. Whoopi Goldberg, a familiar face on The View, found herself on the receiving end of a 2-week suspension. The decision, announced by the ABC News president, came as a direct response to Goldberg's comments about the Holocaust. And it was a move that, in its own way, echoed the shockwaves of the controversy itself. The suspension was not a quiet affair. It was a clear and definitive action taken by the network, a response to the backlash from anti-Semitism groups and fans alike. The decision was swift, the message clear. There was no room for such misinterpretation on a platform as influential as The View. The storm didn't die down with the suspension, however. Instead, it seemed to fan the flames. The backlash continued, with groups and individuals voicing their disappointment, their shock, and their outrage. Social media platforms were awash with commentary, opinions, and heated debates. The suspension had not put an end to the controversy, but rather, it had thrown it into sharp relief. In some ways, the suspension served as a mirror to the society we live in. A society where words have weight, where the narrative can shift in an instant, and where the line between intention and interpretation can often blur. But beyond the immediate impact of the suspension, there were questions. Questions about the purpose of the suspension, about the implications of such a decision. Was it a punishment, a deterrent, or perhaps a statement? Was it meant to quell the controversy, or to make a stand against anti-Semitism? The suspension of Whoopi Goldberg was more than just a disciplinary action. It was a moment that sparked dialogue, that made us question, and that left us with a lingering uncertainty about the power of words and the consequences of their misuse. The suspension was a clear statement from ABC, but was it the right move? Let's delve deeper. Faced with mounting criticism, Whoopi Goldberg took the opportunity to apologize. The renowned actress and co-host of The View found herself in the center of a controversy, one that sparked heated discussions about the Holocaust, racism, and representation in media. With the weight of her words heavy in the air, Goldberg made the choice to apologize both on air and on social media. It was a heartfelt moment, a public figure acknowledging her mistake in front of millions. She expressed deep regret for her comments, acknowledging they were ill-informed and hurtful. She didn't shy away from the gravity of her words, but rather faced them head-on. In her apology, Goldberg stated her support for the Jewish community, a community that had been deeply affected by her words. It was a clear message, a recognition of the pain caused, and a promise to do better. She extended her apology not just to her co-hosts and viewers, but to all those who had been hurt by her comments. In this era of social media where words can be shared and scrutinized instantaneously, Goldberg's apology was a testament to the power of taking responsibility. She acknowledged her misstep, apologized, and promised to learn from it. It was a step in the right direction, a move towards understanding and healing. Yet, an apology, no matter how sincere, can only do so much. It can't undo the words spoken or the hurt caused, and so, the question remained, was this apology enough? Could it calm the storm that had been stirred? Could it mend the bridges that had been burned? An apology was made, but was it enough to calm the storm? The controversy sparked conversations beyond just the incident. It opened up dialogues and debates that transcended the boundaries of the television studio, reaching the corners of social media, our homes, and our communities. It's an interesting phenomenon, how a single spark can ignite a firestorm of discourse and debate. And this incident was no different. One key point of discussion was the Holocaust. Whoopi's comments brought the historical event back into the forefront of public consciousness. It reminded us of the gravity and the horror of this genocide, prompting us to reflect on the atrocities of the past and the lessons we ought to have learned from them. The incident also sparked a conversation about racism and the need for representation. It raised questions about the diversity of voices we hear from on mainstream platforms. It made us question who gets to speak and who are we listening to. It brought to light the need for a Jewish co-host on the show, someone who could bring a different perspective to the table, someone who could represent a community that has often been overlooked or misunderstood. Former co-host Meghan McCain didn't stay silent either. She weighed in on the controversy, adding another layer to the already complex discussion. Her insights, whether you agree with them or not, added to the depth and breadth of the conversation, reminding us that there are always multiple perspectives to consider. But amidst all these discussions and debates, one question remained. What did we learn from the controversy? Did it simply become another trending topic that faded into obscurity, or did it leave a lasting impact? Did it change the way we think or the way we interact with one another? The controversy became a catalyst for deeper conversations. Yet, the question remains, what did we learn from it? Controversies can be turning points, opportunities for learning and growth. And the Whoopi Goldberg controversy was no different. It was a stark reminder of the need for education on historical events, like the Holocaust. It underscored the importance of understanding the nuances of such events, the complexities of the human experience, and the devastating effects of hate and discrimination. The Holocaust was not just an event, it was a systematic, state-sponsored genocide that resulted in the murder of 6 million Jews. It was one of the darkest chapters in human history, a chilling testament to the depths of human cruelty. It's not a topic that can be summed up in a few sentences or brushed aside with a casual comment. And then, there's the prevalence of anti-Semitism. It's a deep-seated prejudice that has persisted for centuries, resulting in countless acts of violence and discrimination against Jewish communities worldwide. Today, the echoes of this bigotry continue to reverberate, manifesting in hate crimes, online abuse, and harmful stereotypes. It's a pervasive issue that requires constant vigilance and education to combat. But there's another important aspect to this controversy. The suspension of Whoopi Goldberg from The View was met with criticism, seen by some as a missed opportunity for constructive engagement and education on these important issues. Instead of silencing the conversation, perhaps it could have been used as a platform to delve deeper into the subjects of the Holocaust and anti-Semitism, to foster understanding and empathy. It could have been an opportunity to educate not just Goldberg, but the millions of viewers who tune into the show every day. It could have been a chance to turn a moment of controversy into a moment of learning and growth, a chance to turn a mistake into a valuable lesson for all. So, in the end, this controversy was more than just about a comment. It was a reminder of the importance of understanding, education, and dialogue. It highlighted the need for ongoing conversations about our history, about prejudice, and about the power of words. Because it's through these conversations that we can learn from our past, challenge our prejudices, and strive for a more understanding and inclusive future.